Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're taking a break from serious topics to discuss a new Star Wars theory I found. I noticed you guys like conspiracies and I'm hoping you like Star Wars too. I know I do. So today we're asking the question, is Jar Jar Binks really an undercover Sith Lord? And if so, could he also be the secret identity of Supreme Leader Snoke in the new Star Wars series? Sounds pretty ridiculous until you look into it a little deeper. To do that, we're going to go back to the beginning. No, not that beginning. The chronological beginning. Right. Let's check out Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Jar Jar meets the Jedi on Naboo. First of all, he just happens to be right where the Jedi show up, and we usually chalk this up to coincidence, but we could also say Jar Jar knew they were coming. Next, he confesses to being an idiot right away.
Clumsy.
Not something people normally do. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a stupid ass. Yeah, that's a little suspect. Next comes our first red flag. Jar Jar Binks nonchalantly does a 20-foot dive with a 360-degree twist perfectly. If any other character did that jump, you would probably think they were a Jedi. But at this point, Jar Jar's already tried to show us that he's an idiot, so we don't suspect anything of it. Jar Jar's got moves. The next part of this theory suggests that rather than the fumbling idiot Jar Jar puts on to be, and openly tells people he is, which is just weird, he's actually practicing Zui Quan, a drunken boxer type of martial arts. In addition to the 20-foot jump we saw before, we can also see here Jar Jar exhibits other Zui Quan moves, like this jump up from the ground. And did you ever notice how well Jar Jar does in the battle at the end of episode 1? Many complained that it was silly and just plain ridiculous. Jar Jar shot droids with another droid he had attached to his foot, but maybe those kills were meant to look sloppy and accidental. It actually makes more sense for Jar Jar to be skilled at looking inept, but actually being quite capable in battle. This explanation makes much more sense than him getting lucky all the fucking time. But even if Jar Jar is a secret drunken fist boxing master, that doesn't make him a Force user, right? Well, it should at least make us suspicious of his character, period. It establishes that his over-the-top childish antics are a veneer, masking a more complex character than we're led to believe. Mind control. Pew pew, pew pew. The next part is where I start to veer away from the other theorists. Many believe that Jar Jar's hand movements during key conversations indicate he's using mind control on people. It's possible, but I think this may be a bit of a stretch. I think it's more likely that Jar Jar was just working closely with Palpatine from the beginning. They are both from Naboo. Out of millions of other planets in Star Wars, both of those characters are from Naboo. And most of Jar Jar's manipulation can be explained without mind control powers. Basically, he set himself up to meet the Jedi on Naboo, convinced them he's a harmless buffoon. He created a need for himself when the Jedi needed a guide to travel through the Earth's core. Then after rescuing the Queen, he may or may not have tampered with the ship's hyperdrive, which caused them to land on Tatooine. There he got the crew to run into Anakin by knocking shit over. Next he starts manipulating Anakin, first by making fun of Qui-Gon behind his back, showing Annie how to not respect Jedi, and next by telling Anakin, an 8-year-old boy, that the Queen is hot.
The Queens are being grossly nice, Mr. Things. Pretty hot.
Stroking the fires of their romance, which will be used against them later. Oh, and now they're all friends, which comes in handy when Queen Amidala needs a replacement in the Senate. A replacement who's ideally from her same planet. Oh, look, our good buddy Jar Jar. We could trust this fumbling idiot to do that. Oh, and next he ends the Republic and puts Palpatine in charge. Sounding more and more suspicious, right? Regardless of mind control powers or not, Jar Jar has played a key role in both bringing Anakin into the story and putting Palpatine into power. George Lucas suggested. Lucas says himself that Jar Jar is the key.
Jar Jar is the key to all this. If we get Jar Jar working.
Also, here's a quote of him talking about Yoda. Yoda really comes from a tradition in mythological storytelling of the hero finding a little creature on the side of the road that seems very insignificant and not very important, but who turns out to be the master wizard or the master of a thing. This sounds a lot like Jar Jar too. Like Lucas was setting up Jar Jar to be something bigger than just a fumbling idiot. Remember, Yoda was set up the same way in Empire Strikes Back. At first, Luke didn't think much of this little green, funny-sounding creature. Then we find out things aren't what they seem. Yoda was a Jedi Master. Perhaps Jar Jar was a Sith Master. Now that's a bit of a stretch, but at this point I think we can at least say Jar Jar was working with Palpatine secretly. Lucas also said that shit about how the prequels rhymed with the original trilogy or some shit like that.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one. Hopefully it'll work.
That suggests he might have put a Yoda-like character in the prequels too. Ahmed Best confirms Darth Jar Jar, partly. In a new development on this theory, Ahmed Best, the actor who played Jar Jar, was asked directly about this idea, now dubbed the Darth Jar Jar theory. Check it out.
Could Darth Jar Jar be true?
What I can say about it is, I kind of said this on Twitter, There's a lot about it that's true. There are some things about it that are not true.
So this is why I'm buying into the Jar Jar collaborated with Palpatine part, but not the he's a Sith Lord behind the whole scheme part.
Could Jar Jar have evolved into that? I think the answer is yes. Because of the backlash, and rightfully so, Lucasfilm backed off of Jar Jar a lot.
And that's the real reason we may have never seen this backstory revealed. People hated Jar Jar so much, Lucas chose to chicken out and back away from him. This next part is a real big indicator.
You have mentioned in the past that you did shoot scenes, I suppose, for Attack of the Clones, which did have a kind of dark vibe to them that never made the cut. I think one scene with you and Palpatine.
I really liked that scene, and it got cut from the movie because, Jar Jar was so unpopular. In my opinion, that's what I think. I don't know. You have to ask George. But it was just me and Palpatine walking down the runway, talking about the plans to turn the Empire into what it had turned out into being.
That's the biggest confirmation we've got for the Jar Jar theory so far. This deleted scene with Jar Jar and Palpatine shows that there was definitely something going on. So is Jar Jar Supreme Commander Snoke? This question is a big stretch too, but it is possible. If Jar Jar was really the Sith version of Yoda everyone says he was, then perhaps he took up the mantle of Supreme Leader after Palpatine died. I've also seen some great videos saying Mace Windu is Snoke. I guess we'll find out soon when another movie comes out. What do you guys think? Do you think Jar Jar was working with Palpatine? Do you think he has mind control powers and is some kind of Sith Lord? Comment below, and thanks so much for watching a new episode of No Bullshit. See y'all next time. Hey guys, one more announcement. Today we added a new item to the No Bullshit Teespring store. I know it's been cold out there, it's getting colder all over the country, so we wanted to add a No Bullshit hoodie. Look at that, wow, what a nice looking item that is. I think maybe I would buy one for my parents for Christmas, or maybe my girlfriend would like it. She gets cold all the time. Anyone would like a No Bullshit sweater. Why don't we all buy one? Let's go to the store. Yeah, ho, 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 and a bottle of rum.